Hey, you guys. Welcome to the live. Happy Thursday, you guys. Welcome to the live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You guys. Okay. Okay, y'all. I had to check on my internet. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Okay, let's start this one more time. Welcome to the live, you guys. I told you guys I'll be doing more lives this month because the kids are out of school, which that might be changing as well because of the whole thing. But I was able to come on here today and yeah, so welcome to the live. I wanted to talk to you guys today about empowerment, you guys, like empowerment. I know lately we've been talking a lot about boundaries and different types of friendships and relationships and all the things and fear. But let me tell you, okay, the best thing that can come out of going beyond the fear and doing the thing anyway is empowerment, you guys. Empowerment. Like, what have you guys I feel like everything that we do, you guys, should empower us in some way, shape, or form. Welcome to Live. Say hello. Don't be a little creeper. Say hello to the live. Thumbs up the live as you come on in. Well, hope you're having a great Thursday. I definitely want to come on here and touch base with everyone and see how you guys are all doing and just have talk to you guys. Like, you guys, everything that you guys do and, go about this life, make sure it is empowering you in some way. Okay. Y'all, I hope it's not an ongoing thing, but if it's an ongoing thing with the internet, I might just stop the live and just do a video and upload it. But you guys, whatever you guys are going out here to do in life, whatever you are attempting to do, whatever hobbies you're getting involved in, whatever job you are at, 9 to 5, whatever the case may be, make sure it's empowering you guys. Like when I tell you, I know you guys, we talked about this past week, it has been me and hubby's anniversary, and we went on a horseback riding situation and all the things, and it was really fun. And if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. um, but you guys, like, it definitely empowered your girl. Like, I'm serious because not only did I, was feeling some type of, a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of fear because, the horses are big animals. You know what I mean? They're big animals. Your girl does not like heights like that. You know what I mean? And it was something I've been wanting to do for so long, and I did it. I went on that horse and I had an amazing time. And it empowered me, you guys. You guys, I will be taking horse riding lessons. Okay. It empowered me to just to do the utmost. And I feel like that's like a great message for you guys. Like whatever you are doing, okay, well, however you are walking this earth, like make sure things are empowering you and are edifying your spirit and your soul and making you a better person. Okay. And that even goes with the people that you surround yourself with. Okay. Make sure the people that you are surrounding yourself with are there to empower you as well as you empower them. It can't just be one sided, you guys. It cannot be one sided. And you have to you have to feel, as if the things that you do is like a nice glass of cold water on a very hot day. It has to uplift you. It has to empower you. It has to do something to you in your spirit. Okay. Doing things that you are afraid of doing or have anxiety about doing, and just, I had to reset the system, you guys. I had to reset the system again. Well, I didn't do it the first time. The first time I just, you know, got closer to it. But yes, you guys, you know, I feel like there's a lot of things that that's been put in place since I moved out here to Tanzania. Um, when it comes to like farming and gardening and doing a lot of hands-on activities and even like the hobbies that I'm taking up, I feel like those things definitely empower me. And I just feel like, the things that we surround ourselves with, even the people, I feel like they need to be things that empower us. Because why else would I have them around? Why else, take up a hobby? Why read that book? Why do all those things and go horseback riding and do all the things, and why face the fear and do it anyway? For what? You know what I mean? It empowers us, you guys. It empowers us to be better at something, and it uplifts us, and it seeps deep down into our soul whether we know it or not. You know what I mean? And I am really truly feeling like this is the time for us to do all the things that we have in our back of our minds, in the back burner, that we want to do but we're scared to do for whatever reason, whether it's because people are going to talk about us, or whether people, you feel like people going to look at you like who you think you are, and all the things. Forget all that, forget all the naysayers. Let this be about you empowering yourself and uplifting yourself, okay? And really and truly, you guys, like anything we do, whether we know it or not, people are out there watching. People are out there watching, and it's not watching to be, well, yes, there are those who are watching to see your downfall, because that's just how the nature of some people are. But there are people who are actually out there watching so that you can be the example for them. You know what I mean? So definitely, guys, find ways to just empower yourself, okay? Get into the hobbies, get into those things that you really been wanting to do for so long, but you're afraid to do so. Okay? Don't let fear, stop you from becoming the person you really want to become, and just be about it. There's nothing stopping you but yourself at this point. Y'all, it's 2025. It is, you know, halfway gone. Have you done things that, uplift you and edify you and push you to towards the goals that you want to accomplish for yourselves? Those are the things that are going to empower you. Those are the things that you want others to see, not for pride or ego's sake, but because it will help them to, find that leadership in you. It'll push them towards their goals as well. You know, yeah, when I tell you, like, I basically stomped on fear and anxiety this past week, and I'm just so happy and so grateful that I was even able to have that opportunity. Like, I feel like if we were still living in the States, yeah, of course, I could have gone and been able to go on a horseback riding and things like that, but I feel like it would have been a lot more expensive. I feel like it would have been a whole thing, like, trying to find a Groupon situation, and, which would have been fine. I'm all about that Groupon situation in the States, okay? But had I been able to afford lessons and things like that, I don't know. What I mean? It'll be one of those things that we'd have to save up for, and all the things, and and I'm just so grateful that being out here is a lot, it's a lot more feasible to be able to do things like that out here. And I am just, happy and grateful that I'm not taking it for granted. You know what I mean? And I feel like if I let fear win in those kind of circumstances, I am taking it for granted. Because it's like it's given to me in basically on a silver platter, and I'm just like, oh no, I'm too scared, and for what? Like the trainers there, everything is set up for me to have an amazing experience, an experience that I've been wanting to have for so long. And I was not. I was not gonna let fear win. I was not gonna let fear take over. And and it definitely empowered me. And I'm just here to find out from you guys, like, what are you doing to empower yourself? And and I feel like, maybe even on a regular basis, even on a regular basis, I feel like there should be something that we do to empower ourselves. You know, for those of us who are out here trying to lose weight and get all healthy and everything, like, that's empowering in its own. Like, that's, if you got up and went to the gym or whatever, that's empowering, and it helps you to keep on going. You gain that stamina, you gain the consistency, and you take over. You guys, live your lives. Live your lives. Don't let your life be living you, and you're only about your work, and you're only about the family and the duties. It can't all be about the duties, okay? Like it has to be about the fun and the happy and the growth, you know? Not to say those other things can't be fun and uplifting and stuff, but come on, like that's not what we're talking about, okay? We're not talking about, day to day happy go lucky family time and things like that. We're talking about some things that you're really truly interested in and you want to get done and you want to be able to um, accomplish for yourselves. You guys, like let's accomplish things for ourselves that we really want to happen. You want to see those things happen for yourself. So, get it done. You guys, I I took off my nails because y'all, it's really pretty and everything, but the little bows were just getting caught up in everything. Y'all know I'm knee deep into crocheting these days, so I had to remove them. But I'm glad they lasted up until my anniversary. I took them off yesterday. But I'm probably gonna do my nails again tomorrow. And yes, doing my nails empowers me, y'all. Like I love doing my nails. I enjoy it. Not only it's like another artistic, um, it's an artistic, uh, word I'm looking for. It brings out my artistic side. Okay, and I do like doing that, and I enjoy it. And I will be doing it tomorrow. It really, makes me feel good. I like how they look, you know, and all the things. So that will be happening tomorrow, you guys. So today, today was busy. So we went to the kids' school because there was parent teacher situation happening there. So we went to the school today and the kids are all doing well, except obviously, I knew Kiswahili was one of the things that they are struggling with, because obviously, it's a whole other language. And that's another thing too. Like I feel like school definitely empowers kids, whether you believe in the whole, schooling system situation or not. It definitely empowers them when they feel like, oh, they got a good grade or something or whatever. But yeah, so I went to school, and as you guys know, there will be there will be they're on vacation right now, and my oldest son is still going as this is his last year in this school, but we talk to them and we're going to put the other kids back in school, you guys, because we're going to put them back in there. And that's the best thing. Thanks for the thumbs up. That's the best thing about, hi Abdul, welcome. That's the best thing about these schools out here. Like they are so accommodating. I told them, like, I want the kids to come back, even though and to get more assistance with Kiswahili, and especially now since they're on break, they're gonna be on break for like a month. So they're gonna go to school for that whole time and just get extra help with Kiswahili. So I'm very happy about that. And even my son, he finished the school in September for them, but he's also gonna be able to continue going up until these kids finish school, so that and he's gonna get extra help with his math. I love that. Like I feel like it's so accommodating here when in the school system, at least in the school that they go to, is very accommodating. Very happy about that. But yes, Abdul, how are you? How has your week been? Abdul, did you watch my last video, Abdul? I went horseback riding. Yes, I did, and I was a little fearful because they're big animals, but I did it anyway. I conquered my fear. If you haven't seen those last two videos of mine, go check them out. Make sure you like and thumbs them up, okay? And I was speaking earlier about how it empowers you to do things despite the fear. And I feel like every day we should be doing certain things. It don't have to actually be fearful things or whatever, but the things that we do, the people that we hang out with, they should definitely be empowering us, to make us feel, to gain, to just edify ourselves and be better people, day in and day out. I feel like that's the greatest example there is. That is, even if you have children, like doing things that empower you, make you feel good. If you are on a health kick, make sure you are, you're actually going out there, you're doing the gym, if that's what you're doing, you're walking, you're drinking your water, you know, if you have a goal to do a YouTube channel that you are going after, you are doing it, that empowers. Hey, Nika, how are you? That definitely empowers me, doing the things that I really want to do, the hobbies that I take up, and just being that example for my kids as well. Because I was shivering a little bit. I was a little shook a little bit, because they're huge animals, y'all. Like, and I'm a tall girl, and I don't like heights, so put a tall girl on top of a tall animal. But it was something that I've always wanted to do, and I was not going to let fear beat me, and it did not. And so that empowers me, and even like even as little as like crocheting, you guys, like when I learn a new stitch, you know what I mean? When I learn a new skill, whatever the case may be, I look for things not intentionally, I guess, but I think now I'm going to be a little more intentional about it, finding things that empower me as an individual, and just being like the consistency with my channel. You know, anything that I don't know, how can you describe empowerment? I feel like anything that puts a smile on your face and makes you feel like you can conquer the world in a sense is empowering, right? If you guys have another definition for it, let me know. Because I honestly feel like, you know, the day-to-day things, like even like when I go in my garden and if I see something that I actually planted and it's growing, that empowers me. I think there's only one plant in my garden right now, one tree, which is the moringa tree, which is moringa tree is like amazing for your body and all the things, like from the roots to the leaves. Every part of that tree is amazing for health. And I planted that tree by seed, and right now is as tall as my second to last. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, okay, yeah, I feel good about that. Doing things you say you're going to do. Yeah. I know. Sometimes I struggle. To be honest. There are some things that I have said I'm going to do, and I will, and I'm still fighting procrastination, you guys, on certain things. Obviously, certain things are easier than others when it comes to procrastination. Yeah, but I'm definitely going to. This year is not going to pass me by. Like the things that I've set out to do this year, I will do, and I am doing. You know, but yeah, the procrastination is definitely real, and we are not about that in 2025. So I'm definitely going to be kicking myself in the butt, especially the next few days, because as I have the kids here, it's easier to get things done when the older ones are home. We all fighting, but we'll get there. I know. As long as we don't give up, you guys, then that's half the battle. That is half the battle because it has to come into fruition if you don't give up. Um, but yeah, I'm definitely one of those that those sayings like, just don't give up, and I for me, those are excuses because my procrastination level was at an all-time high. It's gotten better. It definitely has gotten better. Thumbs up the live, you guys. It's definitely, and say hi. It definitely has gotten better. This year, because this year I'm a force to be reckoned with when it comes to the things that I want to get accomplished, and I'm not really looking towards the like end results, because sometimes that's where the fear and anxiety comes into play as well, because you're looking so far ahead with the results and how you're gonna do and da 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 da. It doesn't matter if you're not putting it out there. You know what I mean? If you're not actually going about doing the things you want to get done. Um, yeah, so I'm definitely planning on, continue to empower myself by doing the things I say I'm gonna do. That's a great point, Nika. I keep saying Nika like it's an N. It's not an N, it's an M. My apologies. How was your week so far? How has your week been so far? My week has been really good. Um, all lovey dovey with hubby, as we celebrate our anniversary. Um, The garden is doing amazing. This crochet project is going to take me longer than I thought. It's okay. I hear a mosquito. But yeah, you guys, I just really wanted to encourage you guys. It's important to do the things as Mika said, lovely Mika. Go follow her, you guys, if you're not following her already. I am definitely going to uphold to what I say and continue to do the things that I really want to do, and because really and truly, like a lot of times we allow the fear and the anxiety and all the things to stop us. It's not stopping us from things that we have to do, because when you have to do something, you just have to do it, point blank, period. But when it's the things that you really want to do, it's stopping you, and then that's the weirdest thing. And that's crazy, because I feel like there's a Bible verse that's in there that says something like that. That says something like that. Like the things you want to do, like you don't do, but things you anyway. Anyway, but yes, you guys, like I'm going to continue to strive to be that example and do the things that I want to do as well as need to do. Because really and truly, after a point, the nagging of the spirit and soul about the things that you have that are placed on your heart becomes a have to do after a while. And at this point, y'all, it's a have to do for me because it's been on my heart for so long, and I can't let myself, I can't let other people, I can't let technology, slow me down, or fear. And really, actually, sometimes it is as simple as technology, because you guys, like, I'm not that girl, and I keep saying that, and I probably shouldn't say that anymore, but I don't enjoy like. I don't enjoy like having to add other apps to figure this out, to do this, to do that. Like it's ridiculous. Like this week, my son, my youngest, he has my husband let him use this specific laptop so he can watch Peppa Pig. That boy is always he's like 2.5. He's 2.5. He knows what buttons to press, all the things. But he went. I guess he was doing a little bit of I don't know. But now it's like on YouTube, there was no volume whatsoever, just YouTube, which is where the Peppa Pig is. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh my gosh, just YouTube was like no volume, not on the TV, not on the actual laptop itself, and not on the app like of the YouTube. The volume is not working for it. It was just like, what did you do? You know what I mean? Technology in me, y'all. So hubby has to Google it and figure it out. It's been good so far. Looking forward to recording some content. Yes, I miss your content, girl. Yes, get on there. Are you crocheting anything right now? Are you crocheting? I just bought some new yarn. I bought some yarn the day I went to go to ride the horses. That was one of our stops. Yes, girl. I was out here shopping. But I wasn't shopping like that. But I got some things that I really wanted to get. And I still have one more stop to make because I'm a reader as well. And over here in Arusha is so hard to find books. The books you find in the stores are school books and Bible and church books, like Bibles. That's it. That is it. Okay. And then when I went to a library one time, it was like you need all this documents to go in there and stuff like that. And not only that, you can't even take the books out. It's a whole thing. I don't know. And you know what? I think I'm gonna do a video on that at one point or another. I'm gonna go back to that library and see what the deal is, because it was just kind of off to me. It was just like, come on, like, can I get a book? Can I read? So I finally found this store called This and That. They have a store and they have a place inside the house where they have contained like those big containers that people turn into homes. They get containers sent over of stuff that they sell. It's like used stuff, some new stuff in the stores, but in the house is where they have like a big container full of books. And I go there and it's mad cheap, and I rack up. And I couldn't go this past week, but I'm gonna go this upcoming week. So I'm excited about that because I want some new books to re-up on my collection, and I hoard books, and I'm okay with that. I like to have it because when I'm ready, I'm ready, you know. And I racked up on some yarn, so I'm happy about that. Is to have some coin purses that I'm making. Yay! Yes, I want to make me a coin purse too. I don't think I should make a coin purse only because I have so many like little baggies of different things, like those little just little just coin purse size bags, or even a little bigger for like makeup and stuff. I have so many of those just around the house. It's like I don't really need to make another one of those. But yeah, I um I definitely I definitely racked up on some yarn, and I'm on a couple of I'm on a couple of like WhatsApp groups out here in Arusha, and like they like people that sell like things at their house, like used things and yada yada yada. And my friend sent me one of the messages that I had missed, and this lady was, I guess she's moving or whatever, and she had a bunch of yarn, and she said she was selling for mad cheap, but she was sent it, but she's in Dar, which is like 12 hours from me. But I have a friend in Dar. I have a friend in Dar, and I sure did get it and sent it to her. And she went to go pick it up for me. So I have yarn over there, and I got yarn this week from over here. So I'm very excited about that. But yes, you guys, and I don't know. Do you feel like crocheting empowers you in any way? I feel like it empowers me. I feel like you know my my hobbies empower me. Like I feel like when I learn a new skill, and I'm able to do things, and I don't have to like in the beginning I did like I followed the patterns on YouTube or whatever, but now it's like, okay, I know a few stitches, I can do my own thing and figure out myself. I definitely feel like it empowers. you know oh girl. I cannot. My friend just sent me a text. But yes, you guys. So I'm very excited about what has to come. And let her know online so she can stop with all this. But yeah, I'm very excited about what is to come when it sorry guys, when it comes to just life in general. Like when you get like a new, not epiphany, but when you get like like I feel like Jesus, I feel like doing things that uplift you and encourage you, and things that you can even pass along to your children, your friends, your family, whatever the case may be. It empowers you, and I definitely feel like that's what we need to be looking for. That's the kind of things that we need to do as as a people. Look for things that empower you and encourage you and uplift you, and do the same things for others. It shouldn't be all about you know work all the time. It shouldn't always be about you know bringing on a dollar, and the 9 to 5, the kids, the work, the housework, and all the things. Find ways to uplift your spirit on a daily basis. I feel like those are the things that actually matter. Like even with the whole gardening, you guys, this week, I for the first time, I got a harvest of carrots. I got a harvest of carrots, you guys. It wasn't a big harvest, but it was a good enough. It was a good. It was a it was a nice little. It was our first harvest of carrots, and I've tried carrots before in the past, and it wasn't. What happened though? I started carrots, and I started orange trees in the past. But what happened was I ended up I was pregnant then, and then I ended up having the baby. It was in the hospital, and nobody was there to take care of them, and so obviously they died, and that was all she wrote. So but this time around, now that we have the workers and the helpers out here, and we got carrots. Oh, here we go. Did you guys hear me just now? And I was like, oh my God, is reconnecting again? Let me know. When there's a little circle thing, I wonder if you guys can still hear me or not. But yes, hello to a lot of you guys. But yeah, Gardening is definitely something that, not only is it a great hobby, it definitely uplifts you. It definitely teaches you so many things, and it empowers you when you see that you put your hands on something and it grows. Like, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like gardening, okay? Gardening, crocheting, like find ways, you guys, to uplift your spirit on a regular day to day basis. That is all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling, and for those of us who are parents, we know sometimes we need to get away from those crying kids and all the things. Yes, Jules on the Run, welcome. You guys, if you don't know Jules on the Run, definitely go follow her as well. And follow Lovely Mika. Yeah, like you guys, it's an amazing feeling. We need to find things, easy ways. If you live out in the States and you have no place to garden, I told you before, all you need is a glass of water. Okay, when you go buy your long onion or scallion as we call them, cut the heads off, dip the roots into the water, and they'll grow back. You know what I mean? Like find ways to put a smile on your face, because when you see that growing, that will put a smile on your face. If it doesn't, I don't know what you got going on. I don't know what you got going on, because like hobbies and just different things, all those things, not only do you learn new things, everything has its own language, you guys. So when people tell me, oh, they want to learn a new language. Okay, find a hobby. Everything has its own language. Crocheting has its own language. Lovely Mika, does it not? Does it not have its own language? Like you learn all the in the beginning it's hard, like anything else, y'all. You learn everything. Everything has its own language. So when somebody say go learn language, open up your mind. It doesn't have to be, French, Spanish, whatever, all the things. For me, if it's gonna be that, I'm learning sign language. Like I want to improve my sign language, So it doesn't have to be cookie cutter, you guys. Find ways to uplift yourself on a regular day-to-day basis. Find ways to learn something new so that you are improving yourself. And the more that you learn something new, the more you learn about yourself as well. And what do we talk about here about learning about yourself? The more you learn about yourself, the better you are at setting your boundaries. Because you can't set boundaries for yourselves if you know nothing about yourselves. And too many of us are walking out here oblivious to ourselves. Okay. And it's one thing if you've been under a rock or sheltered most of your life or whatever. That's one thing I understand. But when you out your parents' homes and whatever, you live in that life, you need to start learning new things. You need to learn stuff. You need to learn you. You can't learn you if you know nothing about anything else. How the doctors should not know more about you. The pastor should not know more about you. Your parents at a certain age should not know more about you. You know what I mean? Like I even heard of how I talked about this before, how some mates, like your spouses, whatever, they will claim they know more about you than yourself. That should never be the case. Like I don't see how look, you're with you more longer than anybody else in the world. Like you are with you. Why should anybody else know more about you? It calms your spirit. Yeah, yes, absolutely. It definitely calms my spirit too, girl. Um, and I'm sticking by that, you guys. The more you learn, and it doesn't have to be learning as far as schooling and all that stuff, but like learn life, learn different things, learn different skills, find something. Y'all, I am so excited. I'm about to go have me some lessons. Your girl about to be a whole, what is it called? Equestrian? What is it called? What is the word? One of y'all know the word. What is the word for the people that ride horses? I'm about to be that, okay? And I've always seen that for me. I've watched a few series before. I watched a few series on. I think one is called Rain. Is it Rain? I don't remember, but I've watched a few series that have to do with horses and stuff like that, and I've always pictured it, But when I got there, yes, I was like, oh, that's a big animal. That's a big animal. I'm about to get on top of it. Like, really? Like, what if it bucks and so? And y'all, and I've always known that I'm resilient. I've learned that time and time over again. But sometimes, honey, sometimes you're like, I might not be able to bounce back from this one. If I fall or something, like, I don't know. And you guys, I've told you guys in my last video, like, I've actually fallen off a ladder before, and it was like this, above a refrigerator. You know how tall a refrigerator is, y'all. It was like this, and the ladder like this. Okay. And I was flat down. Like, and it wasn't too long ago. So, like, your girl, like, I mean, I look, but I'm not that young. You know what I mean? I'm young, but I ain't that young. Like, I'm not out here trying to fall. Okay, I'm trying to protect these bones. And so, and I think that's where the fear might have come from when it comes to riding the horse and stuff. So yeah, I was just like, and but I went on it. I did not miss out on an opportunity. I did not let that go. And I could have. Hubby wouldn't have minded. And we hadn't paid yet. It's one of those things you pay afterwards and stuff. So it didn't matter. It didn't matter, but it mattered to me because I was not gonna be out here being a whole coward over something that I really, really, really wanted to do. And it absolutely empowered me. And that is what, because now I can finally say your girl been on a horse. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I've done that. I feel great. I feel amazing. And yeah, I'm about to get on that. And, we're going to get some lessons. And I want my daughter to take them too. And yeah, I'm very grateful that we're out here. I said it earlier, like, I'm grateful that we're out here and able to do those things and have those kind of opportunities because there ain't no Groupon out here in Tanzania. And I'm pretty sure that would have been a Groupon situation if it was in the States because, honey, you already know what the States prices are, especially on some horses and stuff. But yeah, you guys, like, let's do things that empower. How many kids do you have? I have five. I have five. I don't know why I thought you knew that. I have five kiddos from the 16 to 2 years old. But yeah, I finding ways to empower myself on a regular basis, especially, you guys, like, sometimes some of us, like, I know for me, I've always been the type, like, I'll just deal with my own misery. And sometimes, even if it's something I need to address right then and there, I may not. I may just kind of, like, I absorb a lot. I absorb a lot. And I feel like being empowered helps balance that. You know what I mean? Like, I honestly feel like, when you go through things and you're learning new things and you're understanding new things and you're paying attention to yourself and your surroundings and everything that's happening in here. Because right now, you guys, I'm telling you, like, 2025, your girl is on top of her mental a lot more. I'm on top of my mental and I'm on top of my emotions. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not just out here, like, basically raw to the world and letting the world, like, deal with me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm dealing with me. Hope I didn't throw you off, but I didn't know you had a girl. I do. Love that for you. I love that for you too. I know you have a daughter as well. Yeah, I have one girl. I have one girl. She's my second, and four boys. And you didn't throw me off. It's fine. But yeah, and I want to empower her too. I want to, like, I want to, I don't want us walking around this world and, feeling like, I want to feel, I don't even know what the feeling is, but I'm starting to feel it more and more on a regular basis. You know what I mean? Feeling like I can take over. Not that I want to, but if I could, if I wanted to, I could, type of situation. Like, you want to feel that. And I don't, because I am such a, you guys, I know for a fact that I basically got that docile side of me from my mom. I know that for a fact. You know what I mean? And it's strange because I feel like a lot of docile is fine, but I feel like I took her docileness to the extreme, as well as the negative sides of my dad, or positive, or however you want to see it. I took his side to the extreme. So I'm the sides. You know what I mean? And I feel like as I grow and learn more and more about myself through hobbies, through just paying attention around me, through situations I'm thrown into or got into, or whatever the case may be, as I learn and grow and get more empowered, those things that I've gotten from my parents are balancing out and for the better for me, you know? And yeah, y'all, it's been a hard life in a way to get to this point with me when it comes to emotions and when it comes to you know, just all the things like the anxieties and the fears and the not speaking up for myself and all the things. So I yeah, I'm loving all the changes, especially this year. I feel like ever since we moved out here to Tanzania, it's been, you know, slowly but surely happening. But like this year definitely has like, many many improvements, many improvements on my part, and I feel like I'm changing for the better. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I definitely encourage empowerment, in whatever shape or form that you need to get it. You know what I mean? Whatever way you need to get your empowerment and to, feel better about yourself and to grow, you need to do it. Forget the layers. Life's too short. Like, keep pushing. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Do what you need to do. Um, if there's people you need to love from afar because they are dimming your light, then love them from afar. I actually had a relative. I have a relative who I love dearly. I love dearly, but it's definitely one of those situations where I rather love from afar because we just can't connect properly. Like we try, and it's just somewhere or another, it's just some way, one way or another, is just gonna blow up, and that's I'm not trying to live like that constantly. You know what I mean? Like, nah, it doesn't help. It doesn't help, especially if I'm the only one that's always like feeling like, well, dang, like, what did I do? So, yeah, guys, don't be afraid to love people from afar. Do not be afraid to love people from afar. You know what I mean? Yeah. It could be the best thing for you, the absolute best thing for you. And being that I'm out here in Tanzania, it kind of works out for me. I don't, I don't actually have to be like, okay, I'm gonna see you later. I'm gonna talk to you later. I don't got to, I'm out here. So I'm out here. Mika, how's the weather where you're at? The weather's been a little bit nicer these past few days. It hasn't really been that cold at night. It's gotten warmer, but I know the cold season is not over for us. The cold season is not over. Mika, what do you do, if you're still here? What do you do for work if you do work like outside the home? Curious. Yeah, you guys. I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for this year thus far. This year thus far has been really good. And I'm looking forward to the rest of the year. I'm looking forward to continuing to do things that uplift and empower me and edify my spirit and my soul. And I'm looking forward to being a better stewardess of my peace as well, you guys. Because sometimes it's especially as an empath, like you sometimes it's kind of easy for you to lose your peace. But I think I'm doing okay as far as keeping it this year. Like I feel like I've been really good at letting things just kind of like slide off, and I'm not letting things get to me as quickly as they would have in years prior. So I'm looking forward to seeing I'm looking forward to seeing how where this ends, like when this year ends. It's overcast with a little chill. Okay. You're a nurse. Oh, well, thank you for your services. I know you're not, in the military or nothing, but that's amazing. That is amazing, y'all. I tried. I tried, girl. I tried to be a nurse at one point. I a nurse for like the elderly and stuff. Girl, because I'm Haitian and we have to go through the nursing process. I laugh, but it's true. Okay, like if you're Haitian and you're a woman and you're not a nurse, like what are you doing with your life? That's what At least it's what it's been so far. As yes, yes. But yeah, so I finally tried that and got the certificate and everything, girl. Like I did everything, and then when it came, it's tough. I passed and everything. Like I did everything, but girl, when it came down to it, and the agency called me and everything, I was just like, I don't really want to do this. I didn't really want to do it, and I think I would have done it, and I would have been happy doing it, like a few years before. But after you go through things and you go through traumas and dramas and all the things, certain goals and certain aspirations start to look different to you. And that's exactly what happened, girl. Like it just wasn't for me. It wasn't meant for me anymore. So I was like, okay, whatever. Like I was in with it. But yeah, that's amazing though. Like hats off to you, girl. Um, but yeah, so you just empowered all over, because that's not an easy thing. That's not an easy thing by no means. I I'm trying to think about what the rest of this week is looking like. Tomorrow is Friday. I'll probably come back on live again tomorrow, since I promised you guys to do more lives throughout this month. And today's Thursday, so if I would do like if I don't do tomorrow, well, we'll see. I'm definitely doing Saturday, but I think I could do it tomorrow as well, instead of doing a long form. I have to post I did a shorts for you guys. I named the puppies, which I'm so excited about. What are you making, girl? Okay, so I'll let you know, since you're my crochet friend too. This is it's part of a dress. It's part of a dress. It was supposed to be. It's If I don't get to do the dress, it'll be part of a top. Let's just say that. But yeah, um, I'm still learning to, girl. Like, you know, I'll see how it turns out. And I'm looking forward to finally like putting all my pieces together and uploading them on shorts. Oh, here we go. Yeah, a lot of things that I've done, I was missing some yarn to finish. So I was missing yarn, like specific colors to finish certain projects. So I wanted to do that before I, jump into that. But yeah, I will be doing that soon. I keep saying this week, so I'm not gonna be saying that anymore because it's not happening this week. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm excited about doing that, actually, and just to be able to say that I made it. I made this. Like empowerment, right? Empowerment. So I always encourage, and it doesn't have to be crochet, y'all. Do knit as well. I knit. I actually learned how to knit first, and then I got into crocheting, and then it kind of took over. But I think after this and another project that I want to get done, then I'll go back into knitting again, because I don't want to forget how. I feel like I'm gonna forget how if I don't, tap back into it. um, But yeah, my goal is to, it's not hard. Actually, I learned it first. So don't tell yourself it's hard because it'll become hard. I I lost my train of thought. What was I gonna say? I forgot. It's fine. But yeah, you guys, I feel like, finding hobbies and finding things to do and finding things to learn and it definitely empowers you. And I feel, I kind of feel bad for those people who have to do the 9 to 5s, that, and they're not at a job where it empowers them in any way, or uplifts them in any way. I know we all have to do what we gotta do, that's life right now for everybody. And um but if that's the case, I feel that's all the more reason to find things outside of the job, outside the norm, to do things that uplifts you and encourages you and motivates you and empowers you. Like, it's so necessary. It's so necessary. Like, it's like one of those people. I was listening to something. I was listening to somebody talk about how I was watching somebody's old video, and it was saying something about how people who are over 50 or whatever, excuse me, they are they're surprised because they basically are retired, but they're so much more active, and they're doing, they can't stop, they can't sit still. And I guess the person was talking about it in a bad way, not a bad way, but like in a way like, sit down, like be comfortable. Like, no, why? That's a time, if they're retired, that is a time to get up and do all the things, do the most. Because I feel like once you start sitting down, you guys, like, what's that saying? A body in motion stays in motion, and a body at rest stays at rest. I feel like if you're at rest, you're gonna be resting too long. You're gonna get. Here we go. Sorry about that. Again. Here we go. Sorry about that. Again. But yeah, you guys, I feel like you need to continue to do things to make you move, to make you do things, have fun, live life. Don't be sitting down. Sit down for what? Like, sit down for what? You don't raise the kids. You don't do what you have to do. You don't work that job for all those years, whatever. And now you're retired, and people tell you to sit down. Don't listen to them. The moment you sit down, you might no, don't listen to them. You can rest later when when you're in heaven somewhere or whatever. Like, have fun, live your life, do the most. I do not agree with sitting down once you're retired. Like, it's time to party it down, okay? And let's not act like 50 is that old, because okay, like, your girl is youthful and she's right there. Okay, she's knocking. Okay, so like, live life. Like, I don't, learn more about you now. Like, it's time for you. Don't listen to people that talk about sit down. Sit down for what? So your bones can get all, uh calcified, and you can just be all crickety. Next thing you know, you have to call a nurse to come stay with you because you can't get up because you don't sat down too long. And no, like, don't do that. Don't do that. I don't understand where that video was going for, what they were talking about, whatever, but I didn't agree with that. Like, no. If somebody's retired and they're like in their 50s, they don't need to sit down. They don't need to sit down. You know? That's like a slow death. Like, why are we sitting down? Why are we not walking? Why are we not, going on adventures? Why are we not taking cruises? You know? Like, no. It's time to live your life. If you can't live it now, when you're retired, then that's when you should do it. Like, I don't agree with that at all. I don't agree with that at all. I agree with having fun and learning new skills and all the things, going for walks. You guys, I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow because you know what? What's so sad? What's so sad? The part about them like having to stay, like, I don't know. I don't know where the video was talking about. The video was basically talking about, okay, they heard that all these 50-year-olds or whatever, yeah, Yeah, but I don't think 50 is old. You know what I mean? I don't think 50 is old. But yeah, but that's basically, I mean, but by that time though, you're right. By that time it's like, you know, but if that is the case, don't listen to anybody who's telling you, okay, you're retired. Okay, you're 50 years old, you're retired, sit down. What for? What for? Like if you still got that pep, if you still got that zest in your life and all this stuff, don't make allow anyone to force you into old age. Like for what? Age in this case is just a number. We're not talking about dating nobody, okay? We're talking about just regular old regular age is just a number. If you're still youthful, and there are so many youthful people out here, you guys. Like if you're still youthful, you still got it going on, you still want to do things, do it. Don't let y'all yeah, like do it. Like I did not agree with that at all because they was basically talking about like they don't understand like why these 50-year-olds are not sitting down. Like you go sit down. You go sit down. You go sit down. You want to gain weight on the couch. You want to eat and gain weight. You want to not move your legs and all that. Y'all, I am pretty. I'm active enough. I mean, I could definitely be more active, y'all, because like I said, I hear the creaky creaks. Okay, let me sit down too long. I will hear the creaky creaks, and I the only way to stop that is by being in motion, doing the things, and you know, the longer you sit, a body in motion stays in motion. A body at rest will continue to rest, and it's not a good look. Like no, we are here. We're gonna be out here doing things, okay? You're about to be on the horse. Okay, and doing all the things. Like I want to go parasailing. I want to. At one point, y'all. At one point, this is I guess I do have an adventurous spirit. I wanted to do skydiving. I wanted to go bungee jumping, and those things. The only reason why I don't do those things is because I waited too long, and now I have kids, and no, it's not. But I have other means to get me those same rush, the same adrenaline rush. You know what I mean, y'all? Don't let nobody tell you what to do with your life. Okay? Don't let no one tell you what to do with your life. Live it to the fullest. That's all. Live it to the fullest. No one's ever gonna say that they regretted living their life to the fullest. Have you ever heard that? Nobody else gonna say that to you. I'm not saying live recklessly, you know, but live it to the fullest. This time of night is when I start to get congested, but that's okay. That is weird. That is so weird. I don't know. You know what's weird? So I don't even know because this is wrong. It's so wrong. I don't know how long I've been on here because I guess when I reconnected, my time started over. Uh, I'll just go on until I can't anymore. But yes, you guys, I hope you guys are having a great day though. I know it's Thursday and some people are having to go work and all the things. I hope wherever you guys are when you're catching this replay, I hope it was a great day. I hope that you had good weather, you know. I wonder how the Texas weather is. I know the hill's having a bunch of nasty hail and all this stuff going on over there. I had called my brother and to check on him because he's out there in Texas. But he said it's crazy, but he was fine. So, you know, grateful for that. Um, but yeah, like the world, you guys, And it's crazy. Like I know right now with everything happening with the president over in the States, you know, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna Okay, you guys, this this live is coming to an end because I had to reset my internet once too many times. But you guys, yeah, be ready to tune in to another live tomorrow. If not, you guys will definitely get a long form from me. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Um, yeah, be blessed, you guys. Find joy, okay? Find joy in your life. All the good things. If you are watching this and you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell, you guys. You can get all the videos that are coming your way. And as we are watching to increase our watch hours, go binge watch on your girl. Okay. We do have a playlist for the lives, a playlist for encouragement, and a few more. Go check them out. Thanks again for watching, you guys. Hope you have a blessed day. And yeah, catch you in the next one.